Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Off the Edge podcast. I'm Zach with my partner Matt, and in the studio today we have the lovely, the talented Zakk and Traci Lumm.
Hello.
Hi.
Thank you so much for being here, guys.
Thank
Two
you.
of the loveliest people that we have the pleasure of knowing.
Thank you.
Involved in so many projects. First and foremost, I guess, what do we want to talk about? Traci and the Time Travelers, perhaps?
I guess.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, okay, so let's give a
give
little
the
background.
overview.
Yeah, give a little background on the said projects, and then.
All right, that's good. Why don't you go ahead and take that one, Zach?
Okay. I'm in another band called Flowsion, and just through being in that band for years and years, Traci has kind of gotten to where, like, she's just kind of one of the guys, basically, and she hangs out with us, and her and Jared, I guess it was for your sister's wedding.
Mm-hmm. For Hannah's wedding.
Yep. They kind of made a plan to do a song, so they kind of started learning stuff together, and so it was actually, was it like years after that?
Yeah.
When
did Hannah and Dalton get married? Like,
I have no idea.
16?
Maybe. But it turned into Traci wanting to, like, do an actual project where she had a band backing her, and
I stole them.
yeah, I didn't want to say that, but
Traci hijacked Flowsion.
I did.
yeah, it was kind of just like a
They succumbed.
duet thing with Jared playing acoustic and Traci singing, and then they asked me if I wanted to.
We had one practice where it was just me and Jared.
Mm-hmm. They asked me to play drums on a few songs, and I went and I played along with maybe just one or two songs, and Traci said, "I think I like those better without drums." So I set off to the side and just watched them play for a little bit.
Because it was just an acoustic guitar and you.
Yeah, and I didn't know the songs they were trying to play or anything, but that's pretty much where it started. Then one Flowsion practice, I think we just asked Alex if he wanted to play bass, and he said, yeah, okay. So It was just really, really simple, just friends, and we didn't have to look for anybody. We just got together and picked out some songs, and it kind of took off.
Yep.
That's awesome. So really, when she told you not to play drums, she's just like, I'm sick of your face. I see you every day.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
Surprisingly, we really haven't fought. I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
No fights.
somehow it's been kind of harmonious.
There's been a few times where I just want to hit a damn drum. Like, I'm so used to playing drums like I play drums, and I have to really kind of back it down. Like this last weekend, I had my snare, I had it tuned really low so it wouldn't be as loud. I had a towel duct taped to the head, and then I had a muffler duct taped over the towel, and it was still just...
So if anybody doesn't know, Zach has one of the loudest snare drums on the planet.
This is true.
Yeah, it never has to be mic'd, because I don't think they mic'd it at Neewalla, did they?
He said, like, it was mic'd, and he said he did something with it, but it wasn't, like, he didn't need any extra volume.
No, but it's awesome.
Just, it's the way my wrist moves. It's just what happens. I don't know.
And just from observing you live and stuff, it seems like you, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like you're like hitting crazy rim shots like most of the time.
I think every time.
Yeah. And yeah, you have a powerful sound for sure. You also play drums with Galaxia, who we had, BJ and Dylan in here from Galaxia last time.
Yep.
And so you're the third part of that crew also.
Yep.
For those that checked out the last podcast.
And of course, down the road, we'll get Flowsion in, because those guys also have a side thing going on. You want to talk about?
What's up?
Good. The side
Yeah.
The side project of Flowsion.
Yeah.
Strange Days.
The podcast.
Yeah. Well, it's not the podcast. I'm not sure what's happening with it, but kind of we didn't really plan to take a break, but just so much stuff hit at one time. Like Jared, he's the guitar player in Flowsion. He had a baby. Maybe the beginning of December
2nd or 3rd.
Yeah, that was his first kid. So it was kind of just understood that, like, hey, man, go spend time with your baby and your wife. Like, we're not going to ask you to do anything.
Right.
So
we're booking a national tour.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Kiss
so
them goodbye.
Yeah. So the podcast, I don't know. Eventually we're going to do something else with that, but we have been doing like videos of Strange Days was kind of based around our love for paranormal stuff and aliens and ghosts. And then for a while it got kind of murdery.
Right.
Like for some reason we covered a couple of murders. I don't know, but we've been doing kind of like investigations of people ask us to like come to their house and see if we can find anything creepy. So we've been doing that and filming it and releasing those.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Super exciting podcast. Definitely go back and check out the episodes that are out there. Highly entertaining and informative.
Yes.
Well, you're probably being too kind.
No, they're a lot of fun.
No, they are for real.
So your singing, Traci, has really kind of taken off over the last year. It's been a little over a year now, right?
Yeah. I always wanted to, but I was just too chicken shit to actually do it.
Right.
That's why when Jared and I did, so Hannah, my youngest sister, had asked if we would sing Landslide or do Landslide for the father-daughter dance as a surprise for my dad. And I told her yes, but she couldn't tell anybody that it was happening. So if I needed to back out the day of, I could. So I would take a couple of shots of tequila before I would even practice in front of like Zakk and Jared. I was so scared to sing in front of anybody.
And she would keep bringing up like, nobody knows about this, so I can always back out. I'm like, don't think like that.
Right.
Just
right.
please do it, because you're going to be so mad if you don't.
Yeah. But I did, and I didn't have any tequila before then because I was going to just go in there and do it. And nobody, but like a few people knew about it. And it was great. I mean, I cried in the middle of the song because everybody was crying. But
right.
Yeah, that was the first time besides probably a 7th grade choir that I had sang in public.
That's really when the bug bit you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then a family friend, Robbie Bell, let me kind of sing with her at Uncle Jack's several times. What was that, 2018? So like September of 18 was the first time that I like got up and really sang.
Okay, so it's been about a year and a half then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we had our first gig. We didn't have a band name for like 4 shows. We were just like, we're going to play songs for you.
Right.
So it was August 17th of last year of 19. Yeah.
So
less than a year going strong.
Yeah.
We made it to that show you did with Robbie. At least Brooke and I did, right?
Yeah. We had done several.
That first one, and I think this happened to everybody in the room that night because nobody had seen you sing. And so you're singing and everybody's like, "Oh my God." Where the hell have you been?
Independence.
So there's
best kept secret.
Yeah. Really. There's absolutely no reason why anybody should be afraid. No, because
Well, I
you
was
got some
so
chops.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you. I was just so scared.
Old soul.
Yeah,
definitely.
I was born in the wrong decade.
That's all right. Bring it back.
I may be Otis Redding reincarnated. I don't know. I wish I
Sweet.
was.
Yeah.
I wish I was. I can't sing that good, but no, I just figured like I am in my 30s and I shouldn't be scared anymore. So just freaking do it.
Exactly.
Yeah, she always said like, I want to be in a band so bad, and it's easy for me to say because I'm in a couple, but I'm always just like, do it. Just please do it.
Yeah.
And
So was it just So was it just the stage fright that held you back all these years?
Mm-hmm. I hate public speaking.
There hadn't been any. You hadn't run.
Nobody was ever mean to me before.
Never run into any adversity.
No.
Basically.
No, everybody was really nice. I was just too scared.
I always wonder about that because I mean even now with as many female musicians and singers are popular now in even over in the hard rock and metal genres, it's still an underwhelming number, and I always wonder why. I'm sure it's one of those guy privilege things that
No, it seems like when there is a female vocalist that just nails that and is a little bit has a nostalgic vibe, which I think you do, and I mean that in a very good way.
Cute.
It seems to be really popular. Like people love that. Like one of Quentin's favorite artists is Amy Winehouse, and I'm not saying that you sound particularly like her.
Take that as a huge comment. So,
but
compliment.
Yeah, it seems like there's a hunger for what you're doing. So,
well, and honestly, I think I personally prefer female artists all the way around, and one of the reasons why I know is because I think, especially for female singers, is that they can do more than what men can do. Not necessarily range or anything, just stylistically. There are, you and I've talked about this before. There are melodies that are effeminate, that a guy's not going to sing.
And
what about the darkness?
Oh,
yeah, almost
that crosses the line.
Like
but none of those. I mean,
I'm just joking.
He sings falsetto a lot, but none of it's really feminine.
Oh yeah.
There was like when I used to be in a band called Aramont,
right?
And we opened for a band called A Skylit Drive, who was like huge for a while, and he sang like really, really effeminate, and it was like I liked what he was singing, like the melodies and stuff, but it was just distracting. Like if a girl was singing it, it was awesome. Like
it would have made more sense.
Yeah, I feel like I would be like really into it and wouldn't get like taken out of the music. But when I hear this like normal looking dude sing it,
right,
like
yeah. I mean, and that's what I mean. It's kind of like Poppy.
Yeah.
I don't think we could ever cover Poppy.
No.
Don't get me wrong. We could.
Maybe. Well,
you could.
We could do it in a messed up way. Yeah.
We do
definitely
some stuff,
could do
it. We could like pitch shift the voice up, so it'd be like artificial and weird.
And again, it's not necessarily the range. It's just maybe it's too major for a man. The keys are too happy. I don't know. I can't pinpoint it, but there's something there. There are some songs that just would not be natural for a guy to sing. Yeah. And maybe that's some kind of sexism there. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm old enough that
everyone is entitled to an opinion.
I'm not going to say that.
Like you're not going out there saying like, oh, dudes can't sing songs with a feminine.
Right.
It's not like you're trying to
it's
stop
not like,
people
it's
from
not
doing
like the guy saying that it ain't metal unless if you're singing anything, it's not metal. I mean,
yeah.
Anyway,
we digress.
Yeah,
I've really enjoyed like the songs, picking the songs, and then hearing how she sings them.
Right,
because the majority are like male singers.
That's really sweet of you.
But again, I think
it's just interesting.
I think it translates better. I think a woman singing anything, just to me works.
Yeah, it's definitely, I think, like some of the like Tennessee whiskey. It's fun to play, I guess, but you like every single cover band in the world.
Everybody does
that song.
I would not mind getting rid of it.
You just do it the best.
But
we
play it every time, and everybody like starts cheering. So you feel like you have to keep playing that song.
Well, BJ was talking about how him running sound for all those cover bands at the casino, and that they all play the exact same thing.
Yeah.
He says it drives him crazy, but it's different cover bands, but they're all playing the same stuff.
Yeah. They probably sound, reasonably the same. So at least we kind of have a leg up with having her sing.
And I like what you said about your interpretation of something that was originally sung by a male voice. That gets you into one of my favorite things is now you're entering into like a creative reinterpretation of the song instead of just, I don't know, a note for note recreation of it.
Right.
Which I think is a lot more interesting and engaging. And it's like, whoa, it's like, I know this song, but this is different. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it really catches you. It's great.
Yeah.
I love that aspect of it.
I like making it kind of our own, but not changing it so much that it's, I wouldn't say like disrespectful to the original band, but keep it pretty much the same.
It's kind of a fine line. Like
There's a balance.
playing in bars, you have to play it to where the people will recognize it.
Yeah.
But also make it, I guess,
A little different.
I do things here and there, just playing drums that, I don't know, maybe it screws the songs up, but I kind of add stuff here and there. Maybe just kind of out of boredom sometimes, because a lot of the times I'm just like 4 on the floor, just for, that's probably half the set.
Yeah.
It's just that. So I add a few things in, but.
Well,
Which
if you
is
do
good.
that, if it keeps you engaged with the music, that's going to serve you a lot better than just sitting back there snoring.
Right. Yeah.
If you're not feeling it, then who else is going to feel it? So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So moving on from music, let's talk baked goods.
Let's talk baked goods.
I was telling Zach this table would be perfect because I could just sit here and just like shovel cookies in the bags and just sit in a little swivel chair. I bake a few cookies.
You make really good cookies.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I failed. I should have brought some, but the last 2 nights we've had some dog issues that took up the whole night. So otherwise I would have brought some cookies.
My significant other and I came out to Indie Brew Works the other day.
Yeah?
And you must have been taking a break or something. We must have missed you.
I wasn't there. So we had a Galentine's event that I helped host with a couple other ladies. And so I overdid it. I made way too many because when you make an event on Facebook, interested doesn't mean they're coming.
Right.
So I prepared and there was like 14 boxes or bags left. And so Indie Brew Works, which is a really cool place with really great people running it. Everybody should go support that.
Absolutely.
They were doing the Craftsman Market Fair, kind of like a little farmer's market. So it was a lot of the same vendors that had been at farmer's market when I was at this last summer.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he had asked if I would stay for it, but we had a party to go play at, so I wasn't able to stay. But they let me keep my stuff there. And so it went great. I expected to go pick all of it up the next morning, and there was 2 things.
Wow.
So
Awesome.
yeah, they're very kind, and their beer is good. So
It is very good.
go drink it.
I would actually like to get them in here at some point to talk about their whole process.
Yeah,
that'd be super
they've
interesting.
got a great
I think.
story.
They have to bring some.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I bet
bring
they would.
samples.
I'm sure they would.
No, but I'm sorry we missed you, but I'm glad that it went so well though.
Yeah,
Also.
yeah, it was good. Thank you though.
So between 3 bands, an on again off again podcast / ghost hunt video thing,
Mm-hmm.
baked goods. You both have jobs.
Yep,
You have a small zoo like I do.
this is true
Yes, sir.
and you're still remodeling, right?
for life.
Yeah, it never ends. We're remodeling the house, and I started remodeling our office. So
yeah.
that's about done though.
Yeah.
Couple new doors, and that's good to go.
Yeah, we need to get Alec in here and talk to him about when he was on the pot. Why?
Yeah.
We knew what was coming.
That was totally just me. Like, what do you want me to do? And then I just shake my head and just do it. Like, okay, just whatever you want.
Yeah, we keep pretty busy.
Yeah, sleep's overrated.
That's what I do on Fridays.
Yeah.
I don't. Poor Zach goes to work Friday mornings, and I will sleep till like 10 or 11, and then get up and just drink coffee all day long.
Sounds amazing.
If I'm not baking all day long.
Right.
I was gonna say usually it's baking.
Yeah.
Nonstop.
If I'm not.
You have a little drive-through bell though, right? When people drive through the gate there.
Well, it's I had to take it down for the remodel, but I did.
Yeah.
And you can't sleep. It's just constant ringing, and
Really?
then the phone's ringing.
Oh.
We have people will clean out their storages and just throw what they don't want in the dumpster. So then you have fights like every few hours with people fighting over the stuff in the dumpster.
Oh my goodness.
So it's
There's a video. There has to be a video somewhere. You've sent me something before. There's proof of this.
Yeah, we have a couple that they're very interesting people, and they come in from time to time. I haven't seen them for a while, but we have this paperweight that we put all of our outgoing mail under, so the mailman grabs it every day. And one day I'm talking to this lady, and I just glance down, and she just reaches over and puts her hand on top of the paperweight and just starts sliding it off of the table like she's going to put it in her pocket.
Are these the same ones that drive around town looking for air conditioners and just scrapping metal?
Yeah, probably.
Basically.
They're pretty well
About
known.
yay high?
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, so after that, they were named the Paperweight Bandits by
The
Alec.
paperweight. Nice.
Yeah. So they're probably like the most famous out of our dumpster warriors.
She brings a step stool sometimes, right?
Yep.
There's a whole new podcast idea, Dumpster Wars.
There several years ago, I was working in Coffeyville, and at that time I was working for cable down there, and so all the cable lines down in Coffeyville pretty much run down the alleys. So if you're looking for signal leaks or stuff like that, you're driving down the alleys all the time. And Brooke can attest to this. I was really bad about finding cool trash. But one day I saw an old, 70s, 80s stereo receiver sitting by a trash can. I'm like, oh, cool. I if it works, I'll put it in the garage so I have some. Well, I get out and look at it, and it's Marantz, which if anybody doesn't know, that is a brand that was really big in the 70s and 80s, and is still sought after today. It actually powered on, but it had no sound. And I was able to find schematics for it, but this was before I really got into working with electronics, so it was kind of daunting. And I just thought, I'll look on eBay and see what one of these is going for. And I found one that was being bid on. It wasn't over yet, and it didn't even turn on, and it was almost to $200.
Man.
Nice.
And so I thought, well, mine turns on, so I threw it on there. And I sold it for $365.
Hell yeah.
Good
Right
Lord.
on.
And it was something I picked off somebody's trash can.
But then after that, you're like addicted to trying to find stuff. I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
just nonstop.
So now, fast forward, Dumpster Wars, episode 1. Matt's fighting off people for some random electronics in an alley.
Matt's fighting off the Paperweight Bandits.
Matt.
Yeah.
Both
see.
at the same time.
We could do it as like a reality / staged type of deal. I mean, we give everybody rules. It's like, okay, you can fight, but it's only open hand. You can't. But if you're going to yell at each other, then you have to sling phrases from Monty Python.
The Amazing Race dumpster episode.
Yeah, you can only slander each other in pop culture references.
Exactly. It
And
would be amazing.
I just sat on a lawn chair out there.
Right.
This sounds like Southeast Kansas at its finest.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Dude,
Don't
I
forget
did-
your ranch.
the ope thing, I kept seeing that meme just everywhere, like on Facebook.
I
And
know.
after I saw it, I never realized how much I say that.
All
We were just
the
talking about
Yeah.
this.
time.
Constant.
All
Oh,
the time.
oh.
Yeah, I was saying, like, I've got a daughter that's about to turn 2, and her language is just starting to really take off, and all the time she's like, oh. Like, wow.
Got that one down.
That one, let me squeeze past you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really makes you think about what you're saying when you're reaching for something at Walmart.
Yeah.
Can I say this differently? How can I word this? Don't want to be stereotyped.
What would be the Oxford definition of how to speak, properly? The debate over the Oxford comma.
Like how to say
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
I think you just say,
excuse
excuse me. Yeah.
That's too many words.
Yeah. Oh.
Too many letters.
Oh. Yeah.
We don't have to be that lazy. We can use a few words. We can use multiple syllables.
Too many syllables. Yeah. That's why everybody has nicknames.
Yep. One thing we didn't discuss or touch upon in the many things that you guys are involved in is your Star Wars collection.
Yeah.
It's pride and joy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It is so much more than a Star Wars
I kind of bragged
Yeah,
it is
about
like a
it too.
pop culture collection.
I have way too much stuff. But yeah, I just over the years, I just love movies, and especially like horror movies and sci-fi movies. And it may be unfortunate, but I got into this kick where I almost, like, part of the way I show my love for these movies is to like pick up a few toys from them. And it has gotten maybe a bit out of hand, but I've been selling a lot of stuff on eBay.
Why are you looking at me when you say this? Do you think I'm going to get mad at you?
I don't know.
You're not in trouble.
You're the only one that can like get mad
Tell
at
you to
me
stop.
for this. So. But yeah, I'm trimming it down to just stuff that like I really, really love.
Okay, but it's not just the quantity of stuff he has. He's actually taken a storage unit and converted it into like it's almost like a pop culture museum.
Yeah. That was my goal, to make like kind of a museum.
Yeah. Now you just need to charge admission.
Yeah, I just like people stopping by and showing it to them and stuff. Especially, I'm working on some stuff now that I think will be really cool.
I saw it in its infancy and it was really cool. So.
Yeah, a lot of like the toys are kind of going, and I'm just focusing more on like, especially like my Star Wars helmets and like props and stuff. I want to get.
Which so those helmets, I've seen some of them. Quentin's bought some of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are they? Are you building those from scratch, or some of them coming in as pre-built and then you're just distressing them, or what's your process with the helmets? Because they are freaking cool.
Well, thank you.
You are really good at that.
I have a couple. I maybe have one or two that I bought. They showed up and I haven't done anything to them. But most of them I get like in kit form. So it's like a guy that has a vacuum forming machine, or like now 3D printing is kind of taken over. But
right on.
They'll send me like just the bare plastic pieces, and I do a lot of research. Like I look at like screen grabs and stuff from the movies, and I get way too into it, but I try to replicate all the the exact battle damage and all the weathering and stuff. But
and you even got screen accurate paint for one of them, at least one of them.
Yeah, I ordered special paint for the both Shore Troopers, the one I have now and the one I sold to Quentin.
Right.
I got like the same exact paint they used to paint the Rogue One helmets.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So yeah, it's fun. It's kind of my all the music stuff. I can practice on my own and I can be diligent about learning stuff, but it really relies on my bandmates and other people. And then the podcast, to be completely honest, Alex does all the work.
Right.
He does all the editing. He knows about all the recording and the videos, all film stuff, but Alex is the one really putting in the work. The helmets are kind of just me. So that's kind of
Right.
So that's pretty cool. Like
Yeah.
I get to paint them and just kind of, I don't know if it's expressing myself through that is the right term, but.
Well, it's definitely, something that you love, it's something that you really are into with the sci-fi and
Yep.
and putting your energy into that and then
Right.
sharing it with people. I think that's really fulfilling.
Yeah,
thing
that's,
too,
I started an Instagram just to and I figured I would have 50 people follow me, but it kind of I don't have 10,000 followers or anything, but I feel like I have maybe a couple hundred people that are kind of friends now. They
Right.
always comment on my stuff and they send me
Mhm.
messages when I get done painting something, and it's pretty cool. It's it's a community almost of prop makers.
Heck yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's really
very,
fun.
Very creative.
Do you,
Thank you.
do any cosplayers and stuff reach out to you, seeing your work on the helmets and stuff like that?
Yeah, a few people have asked me if they'll if they send me their helmets, if I can paint them, and I've kind of turned that down.
Yeah.
There's times where I'll have horrible problems getting two different brands of paint to work together, and I have to just scrap it and redo it, and I don't want anything like that happening when somebody's waiting on me. I just don't want the pressure of that.
I don't blame you.
But yeah, I ordered some little metal pieces from a guy in the UK, and then I have a lady that's sewing me a snowtrooper jacket from scratch.
Wow.
And then
Whoa.
once that comes in a couple weeks, I should have a complete life-size snowtrooper that I can wear. So I don't know, life-size. It's short, wide man size. It's probably not I'll look probably the stuff is the actual size of what the guys in the movie were wearing that were probably 6 foot. So I might look a little scrunched
Little
together.
squat.
Little
but-
short for a stormtrooper.
Yeah, definitely. But that's hopefully Comic-Con in Kansas City is next month.
Is it? Yeah.
So
Oh.
I want to have that done by then, and it seems, I don't know if I'll really wear it, but right
You
now
better wear. I want a costume. I don't know what it is, but I want to go
Figure it
in
out.
costume.
throw something together.
If you're gonna have something that cool, you have to wear it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try if I can go half the day and wear it and then change, because another thing is I'm gonna meet Ralph Macchio, I think.
Yeah.
So
Whoa.
but I'm not meeting him dressed as a snowtrooper. I just can't. I can't do all that at once.
It'd probably be hard to get your crane kick on in a snowtrooper outfit.
Yep. Too much plastic armor in the way. But yeah, we're gonna see how that goes.
That's cool. One thing that we try to do every year is go to the Renaissance Festival, and we got a couple, period outfits and stuff. We'll go
Yeah.
up there and we're not too serious about it, but it's fun. It's fun to play dress up for a day. And,
Yeah, for sure.
We've
Kinda-
never been, but I see your pictures and it looks like a lot of fun.
it's fun. You want to go when if you can avoid it when it's super, super crowded.
Yeah.
But, it's cool. Eat a big old turkey leg and see people jousting and sword fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I had a friend in maybe elementary school, but her dad, he had the full suit of armor,
Wow.
metal and
The Belchers.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
he brought it one day and I was like, holy shit.
It's impressive.
I was walking by his house one day, and he was out there with a friend in full armor in the middle of summer, and they were in full plate mail. And they
Yeah.
were wailing at each other. I was like, you guys have got to be sweating so hard.
Yeah.
Is this SCA or something? I was like, yeah, we're in the SCA.
They're
Are
really
you interested? They're all into it.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it.
I
That's
think
cool
that's
stuff.
great. I think everybody needs that something else. You know,
Yeah.
Definitely.
so many of us are stuck in the day to day,
Mm-hmm.
and you need that something else. Or
It's
like
more
some
than
of us,
just-
you need 5 something elses. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dabble in a little bit of everything. Instead of just waking up and going to work and coming home and just getting in the same old routine.
Well, it's funny. By the time the day ends, I'm exhausted. I'm like, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go straight to bed. And then I get home and I'm like rejuvenated.
Yeah,
you're
me
out.
too.
You're out. You're off work, and hey, it's time to go.
It's a new day.
Yep.
Second day.
Yeah. And then I can't get sleep, and then get a few hours sleep, and snooze that alarm over and over and
Yep.
Until the dogs want fed.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they with the newest puppy, there's about 2 to 3 trips outside overnight, and that gets a little taxing after a while.
I don't miss that stage.
Yeah,
I feel like a mother talking about my child, which we think we are, but
Well, it's the same thing.
puppy life is rough.
we got a
Just
dog
learn
door.
faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a dog door, so they come and go as they please.
Best thing ever.
Man, that has saved our sanity.
Yeah.
That would work for us, except they'll go out. Not the youngest, although she's learning bad habits from the other 2 youngest. But
Yeah.
they'll go out and they'll bark. It doesn't matter what. Of course,
So do ours.
there's lots of dogs in our area, and I mean he's 6 blocks away.
Yeah.
Whatever those dogs are barking about, they gotta let them know.
Yep.
Yep.
Stevie's the same way. Sometimes she runs around. Sometimes she comes in at night. Other times she likes to stay out. So we live in the middle of kind of 320 acres, and she patrols the yard with her good eye.
Right.
And a lot of times she does come in, but if something's up, she stays out on the front lawn, and her ass will be running around. And we have a very small house, and it's not well insulated, so you can hear everything going on outside. You can hear her running all around the yard. And then everybody, well, I say everybody, Otis is deaf these days, so he can't hear. But Rudy and Gracie are like, what, something? So then everyone starts barking. But you just get accustomed to it and sleep through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many dogs do you have now?
5. Yeah.
Oh boy.
All peer mixes.
Man.
They behave better than Big Steve.
No, I mean they're just as stubborn. And it's just a
Really
trait
stubborn.
of the Pyrenees, but they're incredibly watchful and protective
They're
and
so cute.
and loving, but they are stubborn.
Yeah.
And especially during puppy phase, when you have to make your point when they're doing something wrong, they take it personally.
Yes.
It'll be 3 weeks before she'll come back up to me and not be like,
I'm so glad that that's not just our dog.
no,
Yeah.
no, it's
I actually put a snap of Steve on my Snapchat before I came in town because I was trying to get her to come in to eat, and she was literally giving me the cold shoulder. She'd look over her shoulder. I'm like, Steven, get in here. And she'd look again, just like she really put her nose up in the air.
yeah.
She'll
Letty.
probably.
Letty, she's our alpha, and she's the big fluffy one, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and she'll do it to Colby and Brooke on occasion. She does it to me consistently, and I think pretty much she's trying to challenge the alpha. But all the girls will come running in and she'll just stay at the end of the deck like, "What's up?" You're like, "Come on." Nah. And so then when she was young, my mom was like, "Well, why don't you try and bribe her with biscuit? Keep some biscuits by the door. Shake the tub." And that worked once, and then it was like, "Why don't you toss me a biscuit, and then maybe I'll come up
That
there."
is Steve.
Yep.
She sees the biscuit and she's like, "There's poison in that, isn't there?"
Yeah.
And she runs off.
Yeah.
Makes
So-
no sense.
So all the others will come in, and now because I'm not going to fatten her up with multiple biscuits, so I'll break the top off and toss it out onto the deck, and she'll come running. She'll eat that biscuit, and then she'll come in and sit and shake and lay down and do all that stuff for the rest of the biscuit. However, there are times, because she is Pyrenees and she loves cold weather, there are times that she'll run up and she'll grab that little bit, and then she'll run off. She'll be like, "Oh, that was enough."
Yep.
It's like,
I'm glad it's not just our dog.
There's a lot of times that Brooke will hear me slam the door and go, "Fine, you asshole."
Yep. Sounds like Steve.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I have cats. I don't really have these problems with the cats, but
Cats are their own kind of jerk.
I have one of my cats will gorge herself on food and then have to hork it up, and she has to get on the highest
Hork it.
thing possible so that it goes over everything. Like she has to get it on everything.
Most amount of damage possible.
Yeah, it's like, oh, let me just perch on the piano and get it all in the keys of the piano.
Oh,
You know,
no.
like
Oh,
I'm just like, why are you doing this to my life? But, I
Our
don't
cats get the spray bottle if they
Yeah.
do something they're not
Yep.
supposed to. And so we have 3 cats and 4 dogs. They get locked up when it's baking time. They get real pissed off
know. Mhm.
because they don't get to come out of the room. But the youngest cat, his name is Bernie Lomax. And he came from the mini storage. Zakk found him. We actually had found a home for him, and I was on my way to take him there, and it's like, I can't do this. We have to keep him. So he's so great. He's so sweet, but he gets the squirt bottle. Between him and Salvador Perez, they get the squirt bottle. Dash Rendar just stays on the couch. He's pretty chill. He's old and fat, but you just show it to him, and if they act like they're about to throw up, I'm like outside, and I just have to chase them with a little bit, and
Yeah.
they gone.
So everybody also notices the awesome naming scheme of the animals here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They all have middle names.
Yes, yeah. So list them all out, full names. Come on.
Oldest to youngest.
Sure.
Otis Gunther. He just turned 15 on December 5th. Dash Rendar. He's a cat.
From Shadows of the Empire
Mhm.
in 64. One of the best games ever made.
Rudy Lewis and Dorothy Grace. They're litter mates. They're the babies. Then Stevie Nicks. And then we got Salvador Perez, like 2 weeks after, I think, Stevie. They're all rescue animals. I may have stolen one of the dogs, maybe the whole litter, but they weren't in anybody's yard, and I rescued them, and they all went to good homes.
They were in danger.
They were
and
in
now they're
danger.
not,
I
so
wouldn't have just
problem.
straight up stolen
Yeah.
somebody's pet.
They're better off.
Yeah. So Salvi and Stevie have grown up together, like one of the smallest animals and the biggest animal. And then we got Bernie Lomax last summer.
I think so. Yep.
Yep.
Found him up under my truck at
Mhm.
work. Actually, a customer did, and she, like, I say she grabbed her. She grabbed this cat and just handed it to me and was like, "You got a new little girl." It's like, okay, well, all right. And I took her in the office and hung out with her for 2-3 days. And then
So
Tracy's,
cute.
we decided to keep her.
Bernice. First she was Bernice.
And then it was
Bernice,
like, okay,
Bernice.
Bernice is our new cat now. And then Tracy's sister comes over and says, "This is a boy." So Bernie Lomax is what we ended up calling him instead of Bernice.
Yep. And
Yeah,
somehow they all get along for the most part. Salvi's
do
kind of a
good.
dick sometimes and just comes up and like cold cocks
Just start
somebody.
shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. But then they can all just be super loving. And poor Otis, like he's 15, so he's losing his like close up vision, and he like an animal will brush next to him and it scares him, or he can't hear anything. And
Oh.
yeah, old boy.
Yeah,
But-
we had one do that, and as bad as it is that they can't hear and they can't see, when you rearrange the house, there is a certain level of entertainment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Somehow Otis is still, I mean, I think he can see far away.
Oh, yeah.
And he can still tell like how to get up the steps. So I don't know if it's just like by memory, like he remembers the rhythm of how he gets up it, but he manages.
I think honestly they get around as well as they do, as long as they can smell.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But when you're in your home and you're accustomed to all the smells, yeah, she'd run into the couch.
No.
That's something
Yeah.
with. I've got a cat, the same one that likes to be up high and puke on things. She's a Bengal, a rescue. Her name's. We thought she was a boy, and we named her Greystoke, like Tarzan, because she's wild. She's a wild cat, But yeah, she's a girl. But so she's still Greystoke though. But she had, when we got her as a kitten, she had feline herpes, and so that manifests as like a lot of congestion in the nose, and she has no sense of smell. So if we move the food or move her litter box or anything, we physically have to make her walk the path to it to memorize the path, several times. That's kind of she's a weird animal.
The things we do for our pets, right?
Yeah. But it's neat.
She must walk the path.
Yeah, walk the path. This is the way. Yeah.
I love that show so
Me
much.
too.
And it's so simple. That I think we were talking about it last time with Dylan, which I didn't realize he was such a big Star Wars fan. Yeah,
he is. Yep.
I felt bad about naming the episode the way I did because you weren't going to be there, but then he redeemed it by being a big Star Wars fan, so I felt all right about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's great.
Yeah, it's just like you said, just simple. Like I feel like with the new movies, there's just so much going on, and it's just nonstop, just stuff being thrown at you on screen. And The Mandalorian was just kind of, I don't want to say slow moving, but
It's relaxing.
it was just so much easier to kind of follow what's going on. And
Yeah.
I think we've touched upon this several times, but I think that's because The Mandalorian had a plan.
Mm-hmm.
And this trilogy didn't have any plan whatsoever.
Yeah.
And I think about this in any kind of fiction, regardless of genre, if it concentrates on making the characters come to life and be deep and really fleshed out, you feel like those are real people,
Mm-hmm.
then I am going to love it.
Yes.
Even if the story may be lacking a little bit.
Yep.
But if you have an awesome plot, like if you're working from the plot and trying to plug some generic characters into it, even if the plot's awesome, it's not going to work for me.
Can't sell it.
Right.
Yeah, it's not going to be as good.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and one of my favorite books is, and I've told you about this, Under the Dome by Stephen King, and it's such a dense book, and it's based, everybody in this town is trapped under a dome, and all of these characters fleshed out. I mean, they're alive in my mind, and the premise of the book is cool. The ending sucks. I mean, it was like it's one of the best books I've ever read. And then at the end, it was like he did all this character development and had this idea to drive what these characters did along, and then he was like, "Shit, that's a lot of pages.
Gonna
I
have to
better
wrap
figure
this
out
up.
how to end this."
Let's just wrap it up.
Yeah, let's tie a little bow and
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I mean, I still love the book,
Yeah.
and it's because of the characters and not so much of the fact that it fell flat, and that happens a lot, I think.
Yeah,
Sure.
they knew what they were doing with The Mandalorian, I think, because the child.
Yeah,
I like Star Wars. I love Star Wars by default now. But
You're welcome.
Baby Yoda, if anything happens to him, I'm going to be so mad and cry.
What about
I've
them
already
scout
cried.
troopers, huh?
Already.
I hate that scene.
I know. I know.
I hate any
Can't.
like if he's in danger off screen, I hate that too, but I'm like, okay, but just seeing that dude hit that bag, I got
My
pissed
body got
off.
hot. Got
Yeah.
mad.
Well, and I think the child was one of the greatest things that we've gotten in the last 20 years, just in the fact that nobody knew it was coming.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, for real.
I mean,
That's-
that was amazing and I'm bad about looking up spoilers and crap. Didn't have a clue.
Not me at
They
all.
did
Yeah.
a really good job of keeping that under wraps.
Yeah.
That's what everybody like in my like collecting world, like all the nerds, everybody was complaining like, man, we want we want like the child merchandise. We want to buy like replicas of him.
Yeah.
And like if they would have had all that planned, it would have leaked, and we all would have
right.
known.
Toy leaks all the time.
Like, I would much rather have a real, like, honest to goodness surprise than have a toy of the character right away.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
because you know it's
they're
going to come eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't make it for Christmas. Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
Right.
They're still going to make a lot of money on it.
I have a
yeah.
very expensive one on pre-order, and he'll be here this fall.
He may have...
Just in time for season 2.
Yeah, I'll have him paid off by then.
Zach made a
hopefully.
post on Facebook, and it got some of my older family members like that have been rooting for us to have a real baby and not a dog baby.
I
They're like,
remember that.
"Oh my God,
yeah.
you're having a kid!" Like, no shit.
I specifically,
If I could have one of those as a kid, yes, for sure.
We're gonna treat him like a real life kid.
We're gonna get real. Yeah,
Yeah, I
we may lose some
posted.
friends over this.
I posted a
too
picture
You're
of it.
walking around with him with like the little baby carriers.
take him to
you know?
Walmart.
Yeah. Yep.
That'd be great.
Yeah, you posted the picture.
I posted the picture. I said something about like I put a down payment on him, and still some of her relatives.
Granted, and my
Don't
great
say her name. Don't call her
my
out.
great aunt,
She might hear this.
she's pretty hip. She might listen to the podcast
She
if
might
she
see,
knows
like,
about it.
Well, she's
might
hip. She
see-
ain't going to listen to it.
She might see you share it on Facebook.
Well, she found out. She realized later, like, no, it's not a real kid, but she thought it was. But I wish it was. I wish Baby Yoda was real and we could just buy him
Right?
Yeah.
and raise
Force
him.
healing, all that. That'd be awesome.
I was so upset. We were talking about the scout troopers. I was so upset when they left us hanging over Christmas.
Right.
Yeah.
With him being
That's
like swiped. I was just like, you're going to leave us this way?
You
For
ruined
the
Christmas.
Yeah, you ruined Christmas. Like,
Yeah.
what is going on?
That's what I told Tracy.
so mean.
Like, how am I supposed to like keep the Christmas spirit alive when I'm worried about this little green dude?
We got to cancel Christmas.
Yeah.
It really was.
Got to hold off another week. You know, we can celebrate after I know what happens.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
What about when he went dark?
Yeah.
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 Force choked Cara Dune.
Oh yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
I don't know. I'm
So
anxious
he's
to
not
see.
inherently good.
I guess not.
He's young
Yeah.
enough to be swayed which way to go.
Yeah.
That's kind of like when Luke in Jedi, loses his temper,
Yep.
and he kind of got some dark side points on
Yeah.
that one, but he reined it in, and it can happen. You can let the dark side in, man.
Yep. Nobody's perfect.
It could happen to you, Matt.
It's real life. It's some real life shit.
Every damn day.
Keep vigilant.
So,
we started out talking about Tracy and the time travelers. I hope I'm getting that right.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Good. I was like, I'm probably saying this wrong. It's gonna be
No.
horrible.
It's
I really
it's normal English.
I
No,
really
yeah.
wanted Tracy and the Rippers. I'll throw that out there. But I even made a logo and everything, and then she changed it. But whatever.
I'm not as big of a Full House fan.
Time travel's cool too.
Yeah, I wanted something like kind of
More Back to the Future.
well, like eerie-ish, kind of like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's eerie. I don't know. I told Zach the other day, I'm like, I don't know if I like our band name, but we can't freaking change it again.
It's locked in.
It's
No,
like
that's
planning
good.
a wedding. You can't look at Pinterest. Just find something and go with it.
But are you guys strictly doing cover tunes? Or are you writing original music as well, or like right now?
Like Jared actually has a few little melodies that he wrote, and I've kind of written lyrics for a long time, not to like really go with anything, but as long as it took me to like sing in front of somebody, who knows if those will ever pop out.
No, I think it's cool though. I think it's cool. You're kind of dipping your toes in the water of that.
Yeah.
You know.
So not really. We're not like currently writing anything. We're just trying to figure out.
Yeah. I think everybody is cool with doing it. So might as well.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to pressure you one way or the other.
No.
Do it. No.
Yeah.
But, no, that's cool. I just want to get a feel for
I would
you guys
like
are going.
to.
We're just kind of stuck right now because we keep getting asked to play just nonstop, and so we're just struggling to learn as many covers as we can
To fill the time.
Right.
I sat down here and got a message asking if we could play a Christmas party possibly.
and everybody wants 4 hours.
Yes.
Right?
Like,
Yeah.
and they don't understand that that's not. I think a lot of people think like, have you heard that song? Oh, well, you guys should play that. Like, play it right now. Like, that's not, even if it's like a
Come
simple.
on, Mozart, you heard it once, now reproduce
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Even if it's like a simple, just typical pop structured song, like there's still a lot that goes into learning them. So,
And I haven't been singing for that long, so this like 120 pounds can't sing for that long.
you'll get your endurance up. You'll be able to do it.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
I would like to. Let's not discount it. But
yeah, everybody
only been
has
since
mentioned
August, and
doing
we've been trying to, cram them in.
We've added some of the Flowsion songs in, like when we really need time.
I saw that. I watched one of the.
And it's a lot of just people staring at us like, what the hell is this?
I thought it was pretty
I
cool.
love
Thank
them.
you.
The boys, I think, are sheepish about it because they're probably blown the hell away. They're like, whoa, I've never heard that song. And look at all that stuff you guys are doing. Like, I don't want to be bossy, but you don't get to drop those because I really love those songs. I love acoustic Flowsion. It's really
That's
good.
cool. Especially
Yeah.
the one I watched was, I always pronounce it wrong.
Is it Enchiridion?
Enchiridion?
Enchiridion.
Okay, yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought, out of all of them, I hit play and I was like, this would have been the last one I would
I know.
picked, but it was cool.
That's just, that one I feel like is always, I don't know if it's our favorite, but it's just always, if there's any question of like being at practice or whatever, like, what do you want to play? We just gravitate towards that one.
That's your warm-up song.
Yep.
Yep.
So that one
I
made
love
it in
it.
somehow.
And that's, we should really emphasize, we've talked a lot about Traci, your voice and what you bring to that whole thing, but the musicians behind you are super good. They're super good.
I'm very, very lucky.
that.
Yes, you are. And they're so
I know
humble
they're so like, oh
and
shucks.
modest.
They're all like, oh
Yeah,
shucks,
Yeah.
guys. But
no, I'm really lucky.
oh man,
I'm glad that I texted them all like Saturday night when we got home from our party we played at. I was like, thanks for letting me be in a band with you guys.
that's so sweet.
They're amazing. They're great musicians.
They really, really are. I love just Flowsion as an instrumental act. I mean, I think is amazing in its technicality and and it's dynamic and emotional too.
Yeah.
Just
Thank
the
you.
originality of it is
Yeah.
what always
I just-
grabbed me.
Thank you very much.
And it's one of those. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I like to be challenged as a musician myself. I like to be challenged by what I'm listening to.
I'm
I
the
don't
same
like
way,
to,
yeah.
I like to be able to say, oh, whoa, what time are they in? How are they counting this out? Like,
Mhm.
I like the, what do you want to say? Like the 20th century kind of like atonal aspect to some things. Like it's not real clear what key it's in sometimes,
Right.
Like, I like that. I like it takes you out of your comfort zone and you need to figure out how to digest this thing. And, for me, that really makes me be more engaged and more a part of the experience. So I feel like I'm part of the thing instead of just an observer. You're just like throwing music in my face.
It's like an
okay.
experience. That you go
it's
through.
more an
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
That's
You
all
feel
I.
it.
That's all I
Exactly.
could ever hope for anything we play. Like that's really cool.
Definitely how I feel about Flowsion. And I love you guys. I love seeing you guys play. And then taking that musicianship and then adding Traci's lovely voice to it. Now I know it's for the most part it's not the same style as
Right.
Flowsion by itself, but again, it's just that level of musicianship is, I really appreciate that. I really appreciate a band that doesn't half-ass it, I guess is the best way to put it. Like you guys really do it, you know.
Thank you, man.
Thanks.
I don't feel like I'm being very articulate with the way I'm trying to express that.
No,
but, you know.
I think you are.
Oh, well, thanks.
I'm blushing.
I-
I don't even know if you were talking about our band or just the guys, but I'm gonna.
Well, I'm
you.
talking about. I guess I'm talking about the guys. I started out talking about the guys, but then
I knew what you meant by the end when you said
I'm
adding.
segueing into that because
Yeah.
it all comes back around to just the level of detail that it takes to play that type of music, and then adding a beautiful voice on top of that.
So now there just needs to be like this collision.
Yeah, they need to form Voltron, right? It's like-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Alex was it last weekend last weekend was our first show that we played with like some
Yeah, we
tracks
played a few songs with tracks. Just
Oh,
there were
neat.
to fill it up.
yeah,
Right.
there's like a Hall & Oates song and a Naked Eyes song that I've loved. Promises. I've
Mhm,
loved that
mhm.
song since I was little, and it
Mhm.
has so much like synth in it. So we added those, and so it reminds me of playing with Flowsion, at least, like having to be on the click, and
Mhm.
I hadn't done it in a while, and my in-ear monitors were messing up on one side. So I started the song and I hear these little like whistles that lead me in to each song. Like I hear 4 whistles and then I
Yeah.
lead the guys in, and I heard like 3 of the whistles
Oh no.
and then nothing.
Oh goodness.
And so we just we got into the song and I could hear it a little bit, but not very loud. And I kind of had to stop for a second and hesitate and then like jump back in. But I got
Mhm.
everybody through it.
Wow.
The
But-
audience didn't notice. a
Yeah, like
thing.
I don't
Right.
I didn't panic. I just was like, okay, if I have to just wait a second and then go back in, I'll get them back. But yeah, it's kind of nerve wracking playing with a click sometimes.
'Cause you do it probably better than anyone that I've
Well,
seen up close with my own eyes do it.
How long?
Well, thank
how
you.
long have you been doing it now?
A long time.
How are you doing? Were you?
We
Did you have a click in Aramont?
Mm-hmm. Started Aramont, and at the first, I just my favorite drummers played with a click.
Right.
I said, okay, I'm gonna learn how to do this, and so I downloaded this guy on Pearl Drummers Forum. He just put a Dropbox with different speed clicks, and I put every single one of them on my little pink iPod my sister gave me. And I would just from 60 BPMs to 200, I would just practice playing like quarter notes, just 4 on the floor. I would just practice with every single one of them until I got to where I wasn't even hearing the click anymore. It was just it was just a part of everything, just meshed together.
Yeah.
And I was just always pretty much on it. And so with Aramont, I played for a long time, just hearing the click myself just off the iPod. I would figure out what speed we're playing the songs, and I would just go through them and play the songs. But then we started adding tracks, and then it got a little more nerve-wracking, and I probably screwed up a bunch of times. But just after a while, it kind of it becomes part of what you have to do, and you don't think about it as anything different.
Well, I think that's one thing a lot of people don't realize. I mean, there's a lot of people out there that complain about tracks and click like that. But one, just from our experience, it makes us way tighter. And two, like you say, if something goes wrong, you're at the. What are you at the mercy of? I mean, yeah. If it stops, then okay, fine. But you get off somewhere, It's just it is a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting everyone coordinated to that. And that, as a drummer, it kind of comes down on your shoulders.
Yeah,
like,
it's your job. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really your job to kind of be the person that keeps it all together.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of pressure, but you handle it really well.
Well, thank
like
you.
you said, you don't
Yeah.
panic. You just kind of say, all right, take a step back. All right, we're getting in there.
Yep.
Zach just doesn't panic about much at all.
You're a really chill dude.
Yeah, he is.
Except
Yeah.
for the child.
Except for that little guy just gets me going.
Yeah.
We all panicked.
Yeah.
Canceled Christmas. So what's everybody got coming up? Obviously, by the time this comes out, your show from this weekend will have already passed. But do you have anything past that coming up?
We are playing Uncle Jack's. I'm not certain the time, but it's March 28th, probably 9 o'clock again. That usually seems to be
Seems like
our
the usual
set
time.
Yeah, my dad's band is playing this weekend at 7, and then we go on after them. And
What's your dad's band?
Woody and the Peckers.
Okay.
So Woody is the nickname of the drummer. And they all three have been in a band together before, but they just kind of started this.
Couple months ago.
Yeah, just a
maybe?
couple months
They're
ago,
really
just getting back together.
Just really good musicians.
They are.
Johnny
Haggerty.
Haggerty.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the drummer. That dude is so solid.
Yeah, really cool
He's
dudes.
like, you want to talk about like humble. Like, he will not accept a compliment. Like, he just can't do it. And he just always talks about like how nervous he is and stuff, but he has nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
He's really, really solid.
Yeah.
He
It's-
plays left-handed, so it always messes with you watching him.
Yeah.
But it's like really different. There's not that many of them, but really good.
Yeah. They've only had a couple shows, but like I said, they've played together before. So it's Johnny Haggerty and my dad, Bobby Mills. He plays bass, and then Doug Toon plays guitar, who I feel like everybody around here knows who he is. He's
Yeah. Shout out to
should.
Doug.
Ever.
Phenomenal guitar player.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'm excited to play
Yeah.
with them.
That's cool. What time do they go on?
7.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
They have a really cool fan club too.
The Peckerheads.
I like it.
I think I was in like the first 10. I think I was like one of the first 10 peckerheads.
Probably were.
Oh, so you got a peckerhead badge?
I got to get one now. Got to figure it out.
Yeah, we like the same kind of music, so we do share one song that we're not going to play because it's kind of my dad's like go-to song. He
Anthem.
always sings Mary Jane's Last Dance. He is Tom Petty.
Yeah.
I just wish he wore the boots and the blazer like TP did, but yeah, he's
As long
got
as
a
he
really
avoids
good
the haircut.
It's a rough
I would-
haircut.
My dad's hair is too bushy to grow
Right.
like that. No. He's got a nice soulful voice. He sings, oh man, what is that song? It's a ZZ Top song. Something about bell bottoms. Blue Jean Blues. Not bell bottoms. That's bell bottom blues. That's Eric Clapton. Blue Jean Blues. He sings it, and you would think that there's like a 70-year-old black man singing up there, and it's just my skinny white dad.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does he do all the singing for?
Not
Woody
all
and
of
the
it,
Peckers?
but him and Doug do together.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's going to be fun.
Pretty good. Yeah.
The Xenomorph approves.
Yes. Yes.
Did you show everybody?
This was our podcast warming gift. Anyway, you can see it. They know us too well.
Yeah.
Zach
it
knows.
awesome?
I just knew it was something from Alien.
Tracy said, "What is that?"
They mostly come out at night. Mostly.
I'm not going to lie. I completely forgot we were on camera this entire time.
I did too.
You picked that up and was like, "We'll show them," and I was like, "Show who? Oh my god! Oh no! I don't think I picked my nose or anything.
Yeah, you had a booger
no.
hanging out of your nose the whole time.
Yeah,
I'm sure my veins have been popping this whole time because I'm just smiling and it just pops
probably
out.
better that I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
Game over, man.
Yeah.
Game over. Speaking of games, talk to him about something. I'll find some trivia to hit him with.
Oh man, the Ghostbuster trivia was.
Hey, yeah,
I was with it until that last.
I
Freaking
can't.
gargoyle! Come on.
Yeah, like what
That
are you
was
talking
not right.
about?
I can't
I'm not
hang.
down with that.
Oh, I can't hang
I'm
either.
sure- You don't think you can hang?
Probably not.
Do some Golden
bet you
Girls
can.
trivia?
Oh shit, yeah. Let's do that.
Okay.
Get that.
I can't hang with that, but that's okay.
If
I don't
each of
have
the
to.
Golden Girls represented a house in Harry Potter,
Oh,
Actually, this
who
is
would be
good, yeah.
what?
actually, I think B. Arthur's birthday is Friday. I have a Golden Girls calendar. I think it's this Friday. B would be Slytherin, I would think.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
Dorothy should be Slytherin.
Dorothy.
Rose is definitely Gryffindor. And then, I don't know, it's a toss-up between Blanche and Sophia. I don't know which house would be the sluttiest. Blanche.
Probably Ravenclaw.
I think-
Yeah, it's a good one.
Really? I think the Gryffindor would definitely be the sluttiest.
Oh well, if
Definitely.
you're adding it in, yeah.
Because they're the adventurous, like they're caution to the wind, like, let's live in the moment kind of people.
I was
Oh,
thinking
well,
Rose would have been more Hufflepuff.
Hufflepuff.
I'd say she's Hufflepuff.
Okay.
See, I'm just now getting through the Harry Potter Harry Potter
Potty.
movies. So, but Hufflepuff
The
sounds like
Cinemax version.
Hufflepuff sounds like more
Harry Potter and the
funny
Sorcerer's Bone. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
That ain't Nick
Very
at night.
clever. I actually I'm not a massive Harry Potter fan. Not that I don't like it. I don't pay attention to it as much. So
My
forgot
sister
I-
is,
Oh
so I
yeah,
try to,
Chelsea
like,
is.
You
I
think?
tried to.
Chelsea is. My boss is.
Yeah. She has a huge like Harry Potter half sleeve.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh,
It is
wow.
Yeah, it's
amazing.
really good. We both went the same day to get tattooed, and I think she got tattooed for like 5 hours, and then I got tattooed for 5 hours, and it was a long day.
Man, do you have any signal? I'm not getting anything in here as far as looking up anything.
Yeah, it's kind of hit or miss here in Command Center.
Command center. I got a little bit.
Well, it
What do you
won't
need to
work if you
search?
look up the trivia.
Well, here, use my phone.
Yeah, I'm getting. Are you
you
on the Wi-Fi?
I kicked me off. I don't.
I'm on it and it's working.
All right. Well,
Maybe
Find some
I'll
trivia
just
questions
maybe
there.
there's too much of us connected. No, you go for it.
I don't have anything to go for.
Do it, Matt. I got into Harry Potter. And my son, if he ever listens to this, will probably be embarrassed. But my son is going to be 25 in May. He is a Navy vet, but when he was a little kid in kindergarten, I think it was I want to say kindergarten or first grade.
Mm-hmm.
He's learning how to read, right? And he's a brilliant kid. So he was picking up really fast. But we decided I was going to read him the Harry Potter book because it was really popular at that time. This is, back a while ago.
Yep.
So I read him the first book, and he's like really into it. He's all excited about it. And I was too. We'd read a chapter every night. So I did the second book that way. By the third book, I'd read a paragraph, he'd read a paragraph, and we did the whole book that way. Then the fourth book, we started out that way. We got a little ways in, and that kid was reading it to me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So Harry Potter was just like an awesome learning tool.
Yeah.
I think, like, at least for him, it was. It really got him into reading and excited about it.
Yeah, I mean, it really gets your imagination going, and everybody liked it. I mean, it was like nothing else anybody our age at that time had seen.
Right.
It's
right.
awesome. I know a lot of teachers. I remember it being really big when I was in middle school. A lot of teachers were like, "They're not reading that. It's about witchcraft."
Yeah,
Right.
I remember that
So I
too.
was like, "All right, I want to read this."
Yeah.
Sure. I was already into ghosts and stuff, and I only made it to the third book because I have a very short attention span. But yeah, I think I creeped a lot of my friends out because I was like, "Have you guys heard about the Blair Witch Project?"
You're talking to a guy that did a PowerPoint presentation on the John Wayne Gacy murders freshman year. So
Yeah.
I don't know what I feel like I've never been like a really scary person, but
No,
for some reason, just
you're
the
not
evil
scary at all.
stuff. Like that's what I've always been into.
Yeah.
I loved Marilyn Manson when I was like 10 years old. My dad asked me if I was a Satanist, and I said no. And he said, okay, listen to what you want. Just don't be a Satanist.
I think if you're not, if you don't get asked if you're a Satanist, then are you really living? You know, at some point in your life.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to make them wonder.
Yeah.
I think I'm worrying a few people in my family right now by carrying around crystals and always talking about the moon. But they know I'm a nice person.
Yeah.
You're just a
Second question.
werewolf. It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
I just worship Stevie Nicks.
I have
Oh, did you
a
get
quiz. Yes.
Okay.
It's multiple choice, but only if you need it.
Okay.
So, question number 1. What was Sophia's husband's name?
Ah, shit.
it?
Sophia's
Sophia's husband. I think we all know Dorothy's husband's name, but
I don't.
Give me some multiple choice. I told you I have a short attention span.
Dino, Vinny, or Sal?
Sal.
Very good. True or false? All 4 women are divorced or widowed.
False.
Wrong answer.
Oh, they were all?
Yeah.
I didn't know that Blanche was married.
Yeah.
She's widowed.
I
Okay.
wouldn't have. Yeah. Where is Blanche from?
Give me that multiple choice.
Savannah, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, or Charleston, South Carolina?
Savannah?
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Is it
It'll be
South
Atlanta.
Carolina?
You need to get home and watch some TV.
Man,
Right?
guess so.
Wow. You're going to have to redeem.
Maybe we should have done The Little Mermaid.
Well, you didn't let me know that. True or false? Rose's birth father was a farmer from St. Olaf.
Oh, true.
No.
What?
Rose's adoptive father was a
What?
farmer, but her biological father, Martin, was part of the St. Olaf Monastery.
Oh, Jesus.
Well,
I didn't
that's
know
what
there
he
was.
thought.
I didn't know there was that much like lore to
Yeah,
a Golden
this is-
Girls.
this is
I'm like,
deep.
whoa,
Yes, I didn't either. Now, let's talk about, I started watching this when I was like 4 with my Nana.
You should
Oh,
know
so you
this
should
stuff
be
by now.
ingrained.
I
at
should
this
know
point.
this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't remember things. I'm kind of like
Steady
Rose.
up.
Just walk
All
around
right. If
and
you blow
smile.
another one, then we're out.
I'm going to blow it.
You got to get this one. What is the retirement home Sophia lived in called?
Shady Pines.
She's still alive.
all right.
It's because there's a sweatshirt that says Shady Pines that I want.
Right. What did Blanche call her father, Curtis?
Oh.
Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, good job, Zach.
Oh, he was right.
Didn't
Yeah, I
even,
know that one.
I think that may be like the last episode I watched.
oh, you retain a lot more when you're watching stuff, probably because you're not on Instagram.
What is the name of the bar Blanche likes to go to meet men?
Give me multiple choice.
The Rusty Anchor, the Rusty Nail Pub, or the Wooden Nickel?
The Rusty Anchor.
I'm guessing the Rusty Nail Pub.
Nope, Rusty Anchor.
Oh,
She's still alive.
Did you know it or is that pure guess?
my crystals led me to it.
Okay.
What did Rose's adoptive parents want her to be when she grew up?
Just give me multiple choice.
A neurosurgeon, ice cream truck driver, or champion figure skater?
Champion figure skater.
Yep. She's hanging in there. Blanche has a brother who comes out to her as gay. What is his name?
Multiple choice.
Clayton, Alan, or Chip? Only in the 80s would somebody have been named Chip.
Yeah.
Clayton?
I'm going with Chip. No, it was Clayton.
Oh, okay, good.
Remember what was
Just
it?
'cause Chip's so
Was it
bad.
Family Ties or the guys where they had boner?
No.
Growing Pains.
Growing
Growing
pains.
Pains.
Yeah. All right. Yes.
Mike's
How'd
friend.
that ever get on network
I know.
TV? You know?
I don't understand that.
Who do Dorothy and Sophia dress up as for the Shady Pines pageant?
Oh my gosh. Give it to
Madonna and Sean Penn, John Lennon and Yoko Ono, or Sonny and Cher?
Sonny and Cher.
What is Sophia's nickname for Dorothy?
Oh, shoot.
Dolce, Sweet Pie, or Pussycat?
Pussycat.
Yep.
True or false? Sophia often claims she had a romance with artist Salvador Dali.
True.
Negative.
Really?
This is Pablo Picasso.
Oh.
All right. Well, that's not too bad, but 3 strikes, you're out.
Damn. I don't retain this stuff like Zach does.
All right. So Star Wars is going to be too easy for Zach. So what
He'll know it all.
do we want?
Well, I want to be impressed by the obscure Star Wars stuff that Zach knows.
Some of the obscure stuff now is like so deep that I feel like enough people know about Star Wars that they're making these things way harder for Star Wars.
Yeah. You know, I grew up in a time when, the dude at the cantina was named Walrus Man. Okay.
Right.
Instead of Ponda Baba.
Yeah. I know him as Scott, because he's from Hoth. Why don't they call it Colth? The Family Guy episode. I'm Scott.
Scat.
Scott. This is my friend Pignose. So we could go. We did Ghostbusters already, so we could do Alien. We could do
Let's do Alien.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Be perfect since that.
I feel like Turtles I might get. Alien, I don't know.
Yeah, I bet there's a lot of little details that I've probably glossed over and just.
Yeah.
I want trivia for all of it. For like
Just the whole
Alien
nerd.
saga. I don't.
What do you think about like the prequel stuff, like Prometheus and all that?
I like Prometheus a lot, and Covenant it looked cool.
Yeah,
I don't
It
know.
looked cool. Yeah,
I don't know if it's that good of a movie, but I think I'm a big enough fan of just like that world that I'm gonna like it.
yeah, you're gonna check it out no matter what.
Yeah.
I'm that way too.
I can't like pick it apart too much. I get in trouble doing that with Star Wars. Like I need to just enjoy what I'm seeing and go home and not
you
think so
have
much
to
about it.
have a little bit of suspend your disbelief a little bit
Yeah,
with that
definitely.
stuff.
Yep.
It's like, but that's not physically possible. It's like, well, that's not the point. Just enjoy the movie.
Yep. It's just fun.
Just go into it like I do. I'm like, yep, I'm going to watch Star Wars.
Yeah.
I don't remember this shit, but I'm going to ask Zach. Can we talk about how much I cried watching the last Star Wars for the first time?
Yeah.
Oh, I was right there with you.
Yeah,
There's a few
And the
parts.
bad thing was,
There
I really
was.
didn't care about those characters, but it's actually the part that broke me was Chewie.
Chewy.
That's
Mhm.
Spoiler
that's
alert.
when
That's just
it-
boom.
Well, if they haven't seen it by now, they're not Star Wars fans and they don't care.
Oh.
Yeah, that
Okay.
got me hard. Like I may have snorted a little bit. I was pretty loud.
I
It was hard.
came out of my seat at the end when Wedge showed up.
Right.
Yeah.
You probably remember it. I just
Yeah.
I jumped up and I just was like,
I didn't know what it was, but I'm like, oh, this must be important.
I looked
It's got
around.
Zach's attention.
I looked around expecting to see people like clapping and like cheering, and everybody was just sitting there staring. I'm like, man,
Yeah, nobody
I'm
knew.
the only guy in here that knew who
Yeah.
that was.
The only mofo that recognizes Wedge Antilles. What's
Yeah.
going on?
Ooh, this one's timed. I need to restart it.
Oh shit!
I couldn't find one for like all of them, so this is Aliens. I think that's the most universally known.
Yeah.
It was probably the most popular.
Side note, when this movie came out, I believe I was 8. My brother was 4. My sister was 2. My dad decided to take us all to an IMAX to see this movie.
Holy
wow.
shit.
Scare the hell out of him.
Yeah, it was insane. Like, I don't know, but I
So if you were
couldn't
8
stop. I was terrified, but I couldn't stop watching because it was amazing.
Yeah.
If you were 8, that would have put me at about 11, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
3 years.
10 or 11,
Yeah.
something like that.
I just remember that I freaking loved the Colonial Marines.
Yeah.
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
so
One of
good.
the pulse rifles, man. Those things were amazing.
By the end of the year, I'm gonna build one of those. Like that was
Better build too.
that was one of my goals last year, and I didn't do it, so I've got to do it.
Guess I better watch this.
Yep.
Okay. What is Hicks' first name? It is multiple choice.
Okay.
10
Chauncey.
seconds. Anybody can chime in.
Bob.
I think it's John.
Let's restart it. I'll go with the. I'll read off the multiple choice.
Okay.
Because it is timed. So
I was waiting for the multiple choice. I feel like if I hear it, I'll know it.
Okay, so it changed. It moved. Maybe it'll be in later. What does Frost wish they could have got a little bit more of? Arcturian Poontang, Tau Ceti Tail, Centauri Ale, or Downtime?
Is it C?
I'm going to say downtime.
Centauri Ale? No. I know that one. It's Arcturian Poontang.
Oh.
Yeah, but the one you had was male. It don't matter when it's Arcturian.
I was just nervous about saying Poontang on the podcast.
Don't ever be nervous about saying Poontang on the podcast.
Not around us. All right. And for the record, it was Arcturian Poontang. All right. What is Private Hudson's most famous line? 1. Game over, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to die here. Let's rock or eat this.
They're all like so iconic, but Game Over Man has to be.
Has to be that.
Yep. It's game over, man. I love it. According to Apone, what is a day in the Marine Corps like? A day on the farm, a night in a brothel, the first day of your life, a nice cup of tea, and a digestive.
First day of your life.
Anybody else?
What was it? What was the last one? A nice
Cup of tea and a digestive.
Yeah, I think it's that.
Hey, what are you being doing? This quiz is starting to piss me off. Oh, run out of time and you have to start all the way over. Okay, so you're going with who's making the call? Because I say it's a day on the farm.
That's what I was
Okay.
thinking, but I'm not sure.
All right, that's 2. So yes, that is what it is.
Okay.
What does Hicks like to keep handy for close encounters? A grenade launcher, pump action shotgun, handgun, or a knife?
Pump action shotgun.
Shotgun.
Yes. Name the planet upon which the action takes place. I'm not giving you multiple choice. Y'all need to know this shit.
I honestly don't remember.
I don't remember either.
LV-426.
Yes. I knew it was like a.
I knew there's a number
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
couldn't think.
I knew it wasn't like a name.
What question does Newt ask Ripley before going into hypersleep? Are the monsters gone? Can I dream? Will it hurt? Do you have any nitol?
I think it's Will It Hurt?
Anybody else?
Can I dream?
Are the monsters gone?
Really?
Good Lord.
Wow.
Man, I think I did better at Golden Girls.
I know. I feel like I kind of suck.
You guys want to quiz me on this?
We should have.
You should have, really. I know.
I love Alien. I love movies. So I'm bad. I can't remember anybody's birthday, but I love movie lines.
I tell
You
Tracy.
do retain a lot of information from movies.
It's
Like,
sad, really.
I got your back for birthdays because you retain all the information from movies.
Yeah, if I could take like Star Wars Turtles knowledge and apply that to like make money somehow, like I'd be set for life.
We be living.
That doesn't seem to be a job opportunity that I've ever heard of.
Right? You know, I'd love to go on Jeopardy when Mark McGrath is hosting. It's like the pop Jeopardy or whatever.
yes. Yeah. I remember that.
That guy would kick my ass, but I would love it. That would be fun. This timing thing keeps screwing me up. Pardon me. And it takes me all the way back to the beginning. Oh, for the record, I was wrong. It was not Are the Monsters Gone? So, who wants Will It Hurt or Can I Dream?
I had Will It Hurt.
Go with that one. Oh, that's negative. So I bet it's Can I Dream.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't Do You Have Any Night Hall?
No.
Can I Dream sounds...
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like James Cameron-ish.
Well, yeah, because they were talking about nightmares and stuff earlier, and I seem to remember that her saying, like, is it all right? Is it okay to dream? You know?
Yeah. We've got to be quick. Which of the following Marines bears the highest rank? Vasquez, Dietrich, Apone, or Crow?
Apone.
Really?
Vasquez?
I don't know. Let me get back there. What was the lieutenant's name?
Windrix?
Because the lieutenant would be the highest rank. So, out of those, I'm trying to remember which one Crow was.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
You may be right. You may be right. It may be Apone.
No, well, Apone was the
sergeant.
The sergeant. Okay. I wasn't thinking about the dude that was above him that was a pencil neck.
That was Gorman. So you're right.
No, Gorman was the corporate guy, but not the. There was another guy above Apone.
Right.
I can't remember his name though.
Pretty sure. I'm going with Apone. Oh, it was the Can I Dream? Because I had to go back through it. So
okay.
We verified that one. And yes, it was Apone. So.
Oh, it was all right.
No, Paul Reiser's character wasn't Gorman. Because when Vasquez dies with the... You always were an asshole, Gorman.
Yeah, you're right.
That was the lieutenant.
Okay.
What was the tagline for Aliens? In space, no one can hear you scream.
That one.
Aliens, specifically for that movie.
Oh, Aliens.
Yeah. The bitch is back. This time it's war. This time it's personal.
This time it's war.
The bitch is back.
I wish. That would be great.
That would be awesome.
Who plays Private Hudson?
It's Bill Paxton.
Bill, yeah.
Nice.
May he rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Name the ship that transports the Marines to the colony. To the colony. The Nostromo, the Sulaco, yeah, something like that. Narcissus or the Beagle?
Narcissus?
I have no idea.
Nostromo is alien.
Right. The drop ship. Let me reread that. Name the ship that transports the Marines to the colony. So I don't think they're talking about the drop ship. I think
they're probably
about
talking
the full transport.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure that was the Sulaco. Yes.
Sure.
You super into this?
Yeah.
I'm so confused. I feel like, I don't know. I get a visual each time you pop up a question. So I feel like I'm watching a movie.
I'm watching it tomorrow.
I guess I have to.
All right. In which area do the Marines first engage the alien threat? Sublevel 3, level 5, Sector G, or Lambda Core?
Holy moly.
Good Lord.
Sector G.
It's in level 5.
I'm going Sector G.
Sector G?
Why? I don't know shit.
Nope.
Good God.
Rats.
Yeah.
The special edition release of Aliens is notable primarily for the reintroduction of what? Sentry guns, a third dropship, a different ending, walkie-talkies instead of guns.
Sentry guns. And this is something I remembered that scene from watching it at the IMAX. And when I saw it on VHS, I was like, well, they took that scene out. What's going on?
Yeah, they put it back. It's
Yeah.
awesome. Okay, so side trivia. What movie did they actually replace the guns with walkie-talkies?
no idea.
The latest release of E.T. They took away all the agents' handguns and gave them walkie-talkies.
Really?
Yeah, because it's a family movie.
I love
My
E.T.
goodness.
When that commercial came out, what
it
was
was so
that
good,
for?
wasn't it?
With Elliot growing up.
Yes. Oh my God. It was so good. I wish they would make a new one. I so wish that I was certain that if I prayed hard enough that God would give me an alien in my backyard, and it scared the shit out of my sisters. They did not want to watch it. So I was just like, yes, we're going to get one tonight. Like, I was super weird.
It's okay.
I just wanted
Okay,
it.
so we're going nowhere fast with this.
I'm disappointed in myself.
Yeah.
If you would have given him the Star Wars one, he would have been on top of the world.
I'm wearing a Wayland-Yutani sweatshirt
I know.
for the love of God.
He even dressed to match the gift.
He
It's
did.
amazing.
He was so excited. We went to Walmart one evening last week, maybe on our way
Yeah.
home from practice or something. And a guy working there, it was late at night, a guy working there said something about a sweatshirt. And I was like, oh, cool. I didn't even know what it was.
He was looking at me. I was getting ready to say like, hey, how are you? And he went, dude, I love that shirt. I was like, holy shit. I didn't think anybody would ever know what this is.
I've got a T-shirt just like it. I've got the Skynet one, and then there's a couple from that I haven't ordered yet. I keep meaning to. There's one that's like a T-shirt that you would buy if you went and hit the gift shop of the Overlook Hotel.
Oh,
Cool.
And
Neat.
then there's one for the Arctic team for the Thing.
The Thing.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
I want both of those bad. Okay, so 25. It says 25 of the toughest Star Wars trivia questions in any quiz. We'll see about that. So we're going to start off with an easy one, according to this. What were Luke's aunt and uncle's job on Tatooine?
Moisture farmers.
Yes, sir.
How many languages is C3PO fluent?
Over 6 million?
Nice. He's on it.
Man,
You're
good
right.
job.
That's the one. What is the Wookiee's home world, and how do you pronounce it?
Kashyyyk with 3 Y's, I believe.
Who actually shot first?
Han shot first. Always and forever.
So, have you seen the newest one on Disney Plus?
He like,
McClunky.
yeah, Greedo says something stupid for no reason.
And so now they shoot at the same time.
Just stop messing with it.
Right?
Right.
Just
yeah.
stop it. You don't need to.
Like they did something to change an original movie.
Oh, yeah.
they
It's
check-
been
yeah.
messed with
Big
so
time.
much.
Did you know that in Return of the Jedi, the Ewoks blink now? They didn't used to blink.
Why?
Right?
Why?
They just can't
Bleep
leave it
with it.
alone.
You know what? And this is a stupid thing. It shouldn't bother me. But what bothers me the most is, they reissued them all when they did the mess with them and they put them back in the theaters.
The special edition release,
Went to
yeah.
see Jedi, and I'm waiting to sing along with the Yup Yup song
Mhm.
at the end, and it's a different song, and I was like,
Yeah.
no.
What I hated,
Ruined my dreams.
that first special edition was in the Empire when Luke throws himself off the tower. In that first special edition, he's like, "Ah!" The dude just threw himself off. Do you really think he's going to be screaming on the way down?
Right.
Come on. You just took Luke's balls and went. Fortunately, they did actually go back and remove that for the next edition. So,
Why mess with a good thing?
but
Yeah.
Han still shot second.
Right.
I have the original release on DVD. I think it's
Yeah.
like the theatrical, original everything. I have those on
Nice.
DVD.
When
so
when the special editions came out in the it was the same time that the prequel trilogy came out in that packaging. They had a second disc on there that was the original, and you pop in A New Hope and it Star Wars.
Yeah.
Didn't say anything about
yeah.
those are treasured. Let's go deeper. Which character is partially named after George Lucas's son?
This is kind of meta, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't know what his name is.
No,
his son's
I know.
name is.
Saying this is kind of meta trivia. It's not really about the movie.
His son was in episode 3, maybe, as a young Jedi, and I think his name was Jet something.
Okay.
But
So
I
then this
can't
character happens to have Jet in his name. He is in the prequel trilogy. Looking at Obi-Wan's hair in this particular scene, I would say it's Attack of the Clones because it's kind of long. I'm trying to look around the corner. Dexter Jetster. Apparently that was named after George Lucas, partially. In which movie does the camera pan back up after the crawl? I'm going to have to go back and watch this because I think they all pan down except this one.
Trying to think. Is it like original trilogy or can it be like anything?
It can be anything. This happens to be prequel trilogy.
Trying to think. I think episode 3 starts with like the space battle with Anakin and Obi-Wan. So I think episode 3.
Yep. Attack of the Clones. Apparently they pan down to the space battle. So Attack of the Clones is the only one, barring the last 3. You know, go back and watch, but that's the only one according to this that ever panned up.
Wow.
And there's no crawl on Rogue One.
Rogue One.
So Rogue One is just like. How many dewbacks were in the original 1977 theatrical cut of Star Wars?
I want to say there was just one.
There's 2.
Oh.
How did
My gut was telling me 2, but I was like, but I think I'm thinking that they added one, yeah.
5 more were added in the special edition.
Yeah. And they look great.
Fabulous. Which species stole the plans to the Death Star?
The Bothans.
You know, they should specify that because that was only in Jedi. Bothans didn't steal the plans to the Death Star in A New Hope.
Yeah. Mon Mothma says like many Bothans died.
Yes.
Yeah.
And somebody, I guess, wrote a comic book about a character named Manny Bothans. And it was like they wrote it like Mad TV style, like it was like a comedy.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's great.
I've always wanted to like try to find that. I'm sure now with Disney it's kind of buried, but it's out there somewhere.
Okay. So this one you won't have to give me the whole title, but man, incredible street cred if you can get it all. What was the original name of the first Star Wars movie when it went into production? It's like this long.
Does it have Wills in the title?
It does.
Man, I've heard it.
It has Luke's original name too.
Yeah.
Like Deke Starkiller. Have that one in there?
And it didn't have Deke. It's Luke. It's Adventures of Luke Starkiller as taken from the Journal of the Wills, Saga 1, The Star Wars.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm sure everybody would have known that one. Which bounty hunter in The Empire Strikes Back is wearing an old costume from a Doctor Who episode?
Oh.
It would probably be Bosk.
It was.
I think that's right, yeah.
Episode
I remember
of the
hearing
10th
that.
Planet.
And actually a character named Bo Sheck wears it in the cantina too. It's like I don't know if it's the same exact one, but it's like the same style costume. Just some useless information for you.
So much.
I'm learning something here tonight.
Yeah. What does AT-AT stand for?
All-terrain armored transport.
Boosh. Yes, sir.
Boosh is also a character.
What odds does 3PO give Han for successfully navigating the asteroid field?
Man. The first thing that popped in my head was 32,000 to 1.
Not bad. It's 3,720 to 1.
So I had kind of...
Yeah, you're in the ballpark.
10 times off, but... Okay.
But
Who is Lando's co-pilot in Return of the Jedi?
9 Numb.
Never even heard that name.
Which there's some controversy with him right now because he's in Rise of Skywalker, and apparently there's like a shot death scene of him like getting blown up in that final battle, and then the actor that plays him came out and said like, well, they took it out of the movie, so technically I'm still alive. And then there's other people at Lucasfilm saying he's dead.
Oh, wow.
People are...
But he's in the movie.
It's Star Wars, so people are freaking out about it for whatever reason.
What day is Life Day?
Christmas. Really?
November 17th.
Wow.
Life Day?
Life Day.
The-
Yeah.
The Wookiees holiday.
Wookiees holiday.
Oh.
From the
Why don't we
holiday Christmas
celebrate
special.
that?
Oh, okay.
See, that's what...
Because if you've seen the Christmas special, you don't want to have
You don't
any
wanna see
connection
that.
to it. It's so bad.
See, I thought it was like the
I
Christmas
loved
special.
I have it on
thought was
DVD.
Christmas. It's terrible.
It was so bad. You know, did you ever watch the old shows like like Soap and
Like,
what was the?
It's kind of like Carol Burnett show-ish in a few spots.
It's just the look of it, you know, it felt like a 70s era sitcom. You know, I mean it's so bad.
And the Wookiees were on it?
Oh, it was all
Oh,
about.
yeah.
That's the first. That's the first mention of the Wookiee home planet, Kashyyyk. They go to Kashyyyk to.
And Chewie
Chewie has a family.
Chewie has a son named Lumpy,
Yeah.
Lumpy.
and his wife is like Nana or something like that.
Something like that. I don't know. I can't ever make it past the first 5 minutes.
Yeah,
It's
it's
so bad.
You know what's always weirded me out? That like Wookiee names and stuff, it doesn't sound like anything that an actual Wookiee would be able to pronounce.
yeah, yep,
Yeah.
Like you ever hear a Wookiee go Kashyyyk?
yep.
No, it'd be like
That's why Zakk married me.
It's in the translation.
Yeah.
What is the other name for the Imperial probe droid?
I should know this. I had the action figure like way back when I was a kid.
Imperial probe droid. I'm trying to think of, like that might be. That's what the Alliance calls them, I guess. So the Empire would. I want to say like scanning droid.
Give you a hint. Dave Grohl did a metal project where he had guest vocalists come in, and this was the name of that band.
Man,
I
Had
don't
Lemmy
even
come
know.
in and sing and play bass, a bunch of different ones, and he pretty much wrote the music, played drums and guitar, but it was
what does it start with?
a P.
A P. Oh, shit. I don't know. I don't want to waste time.
Okay,
I give.
Lando's Android assistant. What was his name?
Lobot.
Yeah.
It rhymes with that.
Oh, Probot.
There you go.
Oh.
For some reason, every time I think about that project, I want to say Voivod.
Right.
I don't know why, but
Really far from Voivod.
yeah, but that's just like, that's the name that comes into my head when I hear it come up.
Oh, this one's easy. Tracy gets to answer it first. Where was Luke Skywalker originally headed to pick up power converters?
What the
She won't get it.
hell? I would know that.
I wish like hell she would get it, but she's not going to get it.
Okay, let's try this. Are there any multiple choice?
No.
Can you make up some multiple choice? What's the question again?
Where did Luke originally plan on going to get power converters? It really set the tone for his character and his lineage throughout the films because it's bad acting and it's whiny.
Okay, your choices are Mos Eisley, Anchorhead, Tosche Station, or
Well, that one's definitely not it. The last
or the
one.
Kessel Spice Mines.
Tulsa Station?
I mean,
Yeah.
Tosche Station.
Yeah.
Oh,
she
what
got
did you
it.
say? Tashi Station?
Yep.
Okay.
Did you say Tulsa Station?
I basically just read you.
Really?
Yeah, I have no idea what that was. I was just like, he's saying the right answer there. I've known you almost my whole life now.
Oh, this is good because I can add to it. Who's the only rebel pilot to survive all 3 original movies and the final?
Lando? Is he a rebel pilot?
Like Wedge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was trying. I was thinking
I was
you
like,
were
is this a
tricking me
trick
or something.
question?
Yeah. I was like, what is going on here?
Well, we know it ain't Jack Porkins.
No, long gone.
Rest in peace.
There's another kind of portly fellow in. He might be in The Last Jedi, but his name is Tubbs. Like they just can't help themselves. They've got to like find a chunky dude and name him something like that.
They're fat shaming.
See,
Yeah.
this is horrible because this is like a loaded question right now, especially. What species is Yoda?
Unknown.
Yeah.
That's the correct answer.
Okay.
Yeah.
That wasn't too bad. I skipped over a lot of easy ones.
Oh, sure.
So.
Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
Impressive.
And you win nothing.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone.
Crisp high five. That wasn't very crisp. I'm wearing gloves.
Got gloves on.
Got my good gloves.
Like those.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, all right. I guess we can maybe let everyone know where to find you, like online or social media.
We have a Facebook and an Instagram that I'm trying to work on. So it's just Traci with an I and the Time Travelers and Flowsion.
And A-N-D
Oh,
or
what?
ampersand?
What?
Is it spelled out A-N-D? Like
You said
Oh.
Tracy and? Is
Yes,
it
and
Okay.
A-N-D.
Cool.
And there's Flowsion. You can find Flowsion right on
you might. I don't know.
right, somewhere.
Yeah. We have
Search
a
for
Facebook.
it. How many bands
and-
could there be named Flowsion?
There are not that many.
I
don't
we
think I've
searched
heard
and
of
searched for something that nobody had, and I think that was one of the first ones that we just couldn't find anything. So that's the one that stuck.
Right on.
Heck yeah.
And
In Strange Days.
yep, Strange Days and Zack's Toy Room at Zack's Toy Room on Instagram.
Instagram.
C-A-K-K.
Yeah, KK. But yeah, I kind of once I got that one going, I abandoned my personal one pretty much. So I don't know if anything will ever happen on there.
Right. I never even made one, a personal one, because yeah.
If you haven't made a point to check out Galaxia, then you should definitely do that too.
It's a little harder to find.
Yeah.
But probably the easiest way to find it is Galaxia3.bandcamp.com.
There you go.
Direct link to the Retina album, at least.
Thank you. I didn't even know that.
And is there anything for your baked goods?
I
guess that's kind of more just like a local. It's not like you're like filling.
I mean, I have
Or
shipped
good.
some stuff.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I just have like hashtag my friend Tracy's, but it's just under my own personal Facebook and Traci Lumm.
Okay.
So yeah,
She's trying to skirt around the IRS, is what she's saying.
yeah.
Oh,
This
We'll
last
edit
weekend
that
is
out.
the
We'll edit
only
that out.
time that
That's-
I
No, you're-
advertised.
No, you're
Charitable
good.
donations. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah. All right.
I only sell to my friends.
She is
There you
a
go.
I'm friends with
Cookie dealer.
everybody. My friend Tracy. I am a cookie dealer. I've had some sketchy handoffs. Like one time I came out of the bar to meet somebody. I just pulled the cookies out of the back of my car and they like pulled up behind me right across some turbos, like just kind of swerved over to the side and I hurried up. It looks sketchy as hell. But
And then Matt popped out of a dumpster with some piece of electronics.
look what I found. I'm going to be rich, bitch.
All
Yeah.
right, Zakk, Traci, love you guys. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you guys for
too.
having
Thank you
us.
guys.
Good luck with all your endeavors.
Thank you.
Everyone out there listening, make sure you check out Traci and the Time Travelers, Galaxia, Flowsion, and eat some damn cookies.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
We'll see ya.